There's a solar eclipse coming in August 21st, 2017. That's just a few more days. It's always been known that an eclipse is a reminder of the Day of Judgment. Later in this presentation, you'll see that all the holy books talk about solar eclipses, and there have been miraculous events that have happened. Most of the time, it's a warning. It's a warning from God. Please pay attention. There have been eclipses in the past. June 14th of BC, there was a revolt in the city of Nineveh. June 28th, 1914 was World War I, and now we have this new one. This eclipse is starting all the way in Oregon and stretches all the way to South Carolina. This total path crosses the entire United States of America. Here is a picture of that entire total path. It is going to take you from the West Coast to the East Coast, all the way into the south of the East Coast. Depending on where you are, you'll see either a total eclipse or you'll see a partial eclipse. I live in the Northeast, so I'll only see a partial. But I have a website that I've been looking into that'll give you some information about your location, where you are, and where you can see it. I have the link here in this slideshow. You can go to this site and find out exactly where you'll be. It's like a Google map. You type in your zip code, your town will come up, your location, and will tell you what time the eclipse starts and what time it ends. So be very careful. Take a look, but make sure you're careful about how you look at this eclipse. Here's my warning. Never look at the sun directly when there's an eclipse. Here's a trick I did when I was a kid. I actually did this trick. I was safe. There will be a new moon. The moon will block the sun. It will get dark and the temperature will drop. The stars will appear. Animals will notice right away, and the birds will chirp as if it's night. Yahweh says in the book of Matthew, Luke, Joel, and Revelation that the sun will darken and the moon shall not give light. The sun shall turn to complete darkness, the signs in the sun and the moon and the stars. And the nations will distress. This is definitely a warning. It reminds me of a story in the Bible, the story of Daniel and the handwriting on the wall. What did the prophets see? They saw many signs. Weigh your deeds. The story of King Belshazzar, who did not listen to God. He defied God. And Daniel was able to let him know exactly what this handwriting on the wall meant. It was really important. It was a warning, a major warning for him. He would no longer be in charge of this nation. Your days are numbered, your acts shall be weighed. Your house is divided, therefore it cannot stand. I had this dream at 24 years old. There was actually an eclipse. In this dream, I was looking out of the window when I saw it. I looked down and I had a question. It was like I was looking through a telescope. I didn't know what it was. Was it another moon? I looked out the kitchen window and it turned completely dark. There were actually two segments of dark. The most important thing here to think about this dream is the time. It looked like it was 6 in the morning. And it also looked like it was 6 o'clock at night, and you could see the stars. A message came to me. It starts at 2 o'clock. I then looked at the clock, and it was 1 hour ahead, meaning it was 3 o'clock. I then saw burning rays fall to the earth, and 2 men burn. I asked my brother, "Is this it?" He said, "This is only the beginning." Who were the 2 men who burned in my dream? Or do they represent 2 men who would be leaders of 2 nations? Matthew 24:29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give the light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. All of the holy books speak of the signs. From Jesus, who died on the cross, to the sun gods of Egypt, to the Africans who believed that the sun was the Son of God. The Jews knew this was an unfavorable time. To the Hindu god, Rahu, who disguised himself as a woman, and Vishnu said, "Off with the head." To the Muslims, who had Ibrahim's death. And the Native Americans, who thought a squirrel ate the sun. And the Eskimos would clean their utensils to make sure it wasn't diseased. To the Buddhists who believed you had 7 times the judgment.